It's now time for a partner presentation. We have with us Niklas Holmberg, Managing Director, Global Listings at Nasdaq, and he will talk about IPOs. Welcome, Niklas.
Thank you. So, hi everyone, and thank you Naventus for letting me be a speaker to this great event. And I heard so many great presentations from already listed companies, but of course also from potential prospects from us. So, in my job at Nasdaq, I'm responsible for companies in all the sectors, and from time to time we see different kind of trends. We all remember iGaming betting a few years ago, but as strong that we, in terms of trends that we see in the broader ESG and especially E for environmental, have never seen that before. Of course, it also from our larger listed companies to behave in a certain way, but also the huge interest from investors to be part of a growth journey for a company that would like to make the world a little bit better. So I would say every month I see new type of investors, both family office, institutional investors, new VCs that would like to invest in clean tech companies. So the strength in this market is amazing. And I just received from Cleantech Scandinavia a Cleantech report that shows that now 4 years straight the investment in cleantech had grown. And just from last year, from 2019 to 2020, it was 33%. And new players coming in all the time. So for you as a cleantech company that present today, I guess that's extremely good news, and I also know that you probably feel that all the time when you are out there on your roadshow and meet investors. So, what role do the public market can play with this? In this report, it also shown that cleantech company that shows the growth journey on Nasdaq, especially Nasdaq First North, our growth market, has completely performed private companies. So this is not just about going public, but also the support that you can receive from the public market as an already listed company. So this is just a few brands of company just recently listed with us. So I will not get, some of you was presenting today, or will be. This is just Nasdaq First North premiere in the Nordic, and also including some larger companies. And it's all together plus 40 company listed within that space. But remember, when you as an investor try to find those companies in different kind of lists, it's a little bit hard because what is actually a clean tech company? So you have these ICB codes, but what we have done is try to figure out ourselves what we believe is clean tech company. And it covers different sectors. Also, this report from Cleantech Scandinavia showed that we see more and more investments also in consumer product. Food tech, for example, of course, driven by the extremely success of Oatly, just to mention one. But we believe that renewables is very suitable for the exchange because when they have pro in their model, they're gonna need capital. Not once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So that type of company that present today, we believe that Nasdaq would like to be part of the growth journey. In terms of average capital raise, this really stands out if you compare that to other exchange in Europe. So we have an average capital raised on 7.5 million euro. The average share price in terms of development is more than 100%, and the average market cap is 157 million euro. The total market value of all the companies is 7 billion euro. I will come back later to the mixed because we have some more early stage company and some mature ones. So this slide just shows the different sectors within the clean tech space in the way that we count it. So as you see, industrials is still the largest player, but we see more and more into utilities and consumer staples, both in terms of market cap and sectors by market cap. This slide shows the company in Nasdaq Nordic that will list 2020. And as you can see there, from the largest IPO of Renewables, that was almost, you have 80 million euro raising that amount, but we also see smaller amounts in terms of IPO. And my pipeline from now, during the whole 2021, consists a mix of larger players within Renewables, solar panel companies, but we also see smaller IPOs, especially against the consumer product space. Here you will see also some of the companies with a zero in terms of capital raise, and that is because they have either moved from another venue like Spotlight or NGM, or that they actually do kind of a pre-IPO. So they already have made all the investors before they went public with us. Again, this slide is about capital raise on IPOs. So how come that so many clean tech company in early stage use the public market for their growth? When I talk to both companies and clean tech expert, they will say that that's a mix of different reasons. One is that many of the companies come from a universal environmental. So they have raised the capital through Chalmers Ventures or Sting. They have soft money from Energimyndigheterna, from different kind of EU programs. Almi Invest have been part in many of those companies. So they have a different owner structure compare maybe to a SaaS company or similar in that space. So the ownership is different. So when those companies have, proven their model, they have collaboration with quite often larger companies around the world, they believe that they can raise capital through the public market. They are not typically owned by VCs that quite often can take a company, scale it up to very high market cap that we have seen with Klarna, Spotify, and so on. So that makes these companies very interesting. Another reason for going public is that they believe that using the Nasdaq brand, maybe they sell their products or service to cities or government-owned companies or extremely large company. And they just founded the company a couple of years ago. They are just 30, 40 people within the company. To add Nasdaq on that, they believe that they will have more success in the day-to-day business. And we work really hard to see how we can help those companies in terms of growth, open up the Nasdaq whole family, also in the US and all around the world. This slide just shows the capital raise in secondaries. And I know that is a discussion about right issue when the company go public and they have been successful, and then they just target two funds, Handelsbank and Swedbank, raising 15 million euro. But that is the fact. We see more and more companies that go back to the market. Maybe they were not able to reach the institutional money at the time of the IPO. But maybe 1 year later, 2 years later, they can reach out to these investors that would love to be part of your journey. And 2020 was good numbers as well. So these slides just show the market cap, and as you can see, it's a wide mix. It's everything from small company that have not really proved that they received revenues yet, until company like PowerCell, for example, that have made a very successful journey on the stock exchange. So from the investor point of view, why should you invest in this clean tech sector? So I think that every time you put your TV on or read the news, the transformation into the new, better world, to be able to reach this SDG goals 2015, you need to have a lot of new solutions and service to reach that goals. And there are so many good entrepreneurs in Sweden. So looking into the future, I think that we will see an even more better performance than we have seen today. And this slide just shows the index of the clean tech index. This slide coming from another financial advisors, that the clean tech index have completely outperformed other index with every sectors included. But with that said, it's not the same that all public company have had a successful journey yet. So on that slide, you see the performance that you see. Many of the ones that have been successful, they have been extremely successful. And then we have some of the companies that have not been successful. And I have looked into them. This is early stage company that might be the winner within 2 to 3 years. So they are just in an early stage. So I think everyone should have a look at this company and maybe see investment opportunities there as well, because they might be the winner in the futures. So they are just right now out there selling their products, negotiating to be part of a clean tech journey. So you should not judge those companies yet. Have a look at them. So with that said, to all the investors and company that are listening in today or here today, I would love to talk to you. I would love to learn more about this sector, and feel free to discuss the public market and potential IPOs with us. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much, Niklas, for this presentation. Thank you especially for pointing out the SDGs and the importance of investing in these companies to meet the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals.